Hey there. So in this video, we'll finish off the Cloud Concepts domain by asking, what is the AWS Well-Architected, or WA, framework? Try to picture in your head a building being constructed. What happens if its foundations are not solid enough? Chances are, the whole structure is not going to withhold, and the building will collapse much sooner than planned or expected. Well, software systems and technological solutions are pretty much like those buildings. If their foundational structure is not firm, problems will arise further down the road that will be difficult to deal with. That's exactly why the well-architectured framework exists. It's kind of like a collection of best practices to incorporate into your infrastructure to make it more stable, secure, and reliable. Having started as a white paper, you can now also find domain-specific practices, online labs, and even an AWS well-architected tool, all of which are there to make sure you can optimize your efficiency and perfect your system design. What the AWS WA framework relies upon are its 5 pillars. The first one is operational excellence, which relates to the reliability, speed, and efficiency of the product and its workload. By organizing your workload, anticipating failure, and evolving through consistent incremental design changes, you can make sure that overall performance is being improved. In other words, it's a self-learning mechanism that helps you avoid errors in the future. The second pillar is security, and it's probably the most important of all 5. Think about it. Who'd want to use a cloud if their data could easily fall into anyone's hands, especially nowadays? That's why it's essential to apply cloud technologies to increase security, implement traceability, and make sure only those people who need access to certain data actually have it. We then have reliability, our third pillar, which encompasses a system's ability to recover from errors and disruptions. The main point is really basic and intuitive. You must avoid complete failure of your application. This includes 2 things. Firstly, you must avoid the failure of your computing resources that might arise when they're overloaded or accidentally misconfigured. Secondly, even if a total failure comes about, which, let's face it, it will at some point, you must be able to quickly replace a failed resource with a working one. The fourth pillar is performance efficiency, which is very much linked to reliability. This refers to the ability to use computing resources to meet system requirements, and to maintain that efficiency as demand changes. It's tricky because you need to make sure you have enough resources that if one of them fails, you'll be able to substitute it quickly. But you also shouldn't have too many resources because that might slow down the whole system. The fifth and final pillar is cost optimization, and that's exactly what you think it is. An ability to meet your needs at the lowest possible cost. The pay-as-you-go cloud service provision model and analysis of where your money is going are great first steps in assuring cost optimization. There are more ways of strengthening this pillar and all of the preceding ones as well, but that's for a later day, so don't worry about it now. One last fact to remember. These pillars are built on the principles of AWS architecture, but don't freak out. We will cover them in depth later. Just keep in mind that they make up a pretty important part of the exam. That's it for the cloud concepts, and if you've reached this point already, good job. In this video, we discussed the 5 design pillars of a well-architected framework, which, if you remember, consists of operational excellence, security, reliability, performance efficiency, and cost optimization. Now you're familiar with the basics of the cloud. Ready to learn about technology?